What's up, guys? Chris Stapleton here with the 7 do's and don'ts of the perfect picture. Very excited to help you guys raise your Instagram photographic eyes. Really help you guys create more compelling images that create engagement, that really enhance your brand, and help connect the dots when it comes to what you stand for. Help connect the dots between your leads, your potential buyers, and your business and your products and your services, and grab the attention of a lot of people. So I want to start off with this. If content is king, then attention is God. I'll tell you what, doesn't matter how great your content is, how great your products is, if you don't have the attention of your potential buyers, your product doesn't even exist yet. So I'm going to teach you guys how to get the attention of your buyers and the attention of everyone, potentially following you and buying your stuff and engaging with your content. So I did that with pictures. I went from a few hundred followers to over 6,000. I've generated hundreds and hundreds of leads with the photos I'm about to show you. I've generated thousands of dollars by now using these strategies. I went to a wedding. My first business was a wedding videographer when I was 18. I went to school for photography. Have a lot of experience in the game of taking pictures. So I'm going to teach you guys how I became more aware in what I do. I want to teach you guys how not to rush a shot, how to find the right lighting, how to not use default filters, how I actually edit my images, how to eliminate negative space, and how not to hide behind stock photos. I got a few bonus tips, a few actual public questions I'm going to answer at the end here. But I'm going to get deep. I'm going to go fast. I recommend you guys review each 7 do's and don'ts and take a bunch of notes because I'm going to be flying through this. Excuse me, guys. And also follow each perfect picture challenge. Wow, fired up. That these challenges that I'm going to have at the end of each do and don't are going to really boost your knowledge and your experiential knowledge with photos, and it's going to help increase your photographic eye and your imagery potential 10x. It's going to really help you boost it 10x. So if anything, make sure you follow the perfect picture challenges at the end of each do and don't. So number one, prep your camera. I'll get you through this for sure. Prep your camera, prep your equipment. Ask yourself, think of yourself as a professional photographer cleaning his or her equipment before a photo shoot. They get crazy. Like the photographers that I hung out with in the past were nuts with their cameras. They were like under a microscope looking at pieces of dust on their lens. So a lot of us just rip the phone out of our pocket, take the picture, call it a day. What I'm noticing is that when you actually polish your lens, just simple, do this. Take your shirt, polish off the lens, get the film off the lens, get the dust off the lens, get the oil from your hands off the lens. It's going to immediately have more clarity and maximize your results in your images. It's the quickest way to increase clarity with your pictures ever. I mean, you can tell the people that don't clean their camera, they have a fade, like just a blur over a lot of their images. So I'm telling you, think of yourself as a professional photographer. So here's the perfect picture challenge. Take a picture without cleaning your lens, just the way it is right now. It might be clean already, that's fine. But take a picture right now of an object. Doesn't matter what it is, we're just testing it, right? Then polish your lens and take the same exact picture. And I want you to notice the difference in clarity when side by side. And I want you to understand that this little hack right here is going to dramatically impact your post-filter edits. Meaning, when there's film or something over the top of your lens, it's going to bring down the resolution of the actual image, and it's going to really get hit hard when it comes to post-editing, and it's not going to look as good. So, little tip for you. I figured we start with that because a lot of people don't do it. So number two is be aware. When taking a picture, operate as if you are a media outlet or a National Geographic photographer who distributes beautiful photographs worldwide for people to consume and appreciate. This is huge. This is a little neurolinguistic programming hack that I started applying into everything I did on Instagram. I actually approached my marketing, I approached my photos as a media outlet. I asked myself, if millions of people saw this image, if this picture went into a magazine, if this picture went into a book, is it good enough? Is it quality? Because I'm telling you right now, guys, quality wins on Instagram every single time. I couldn't have gotten the results I did on Instagram with shitty pictures. I just couldn't. It doesn't matter how good my posts were. I could not have done what I've done with crappy pictures. So I've really focused on refinement. I've really focused on quality, on style, on color, on vividness. And I started asking myself, when it comes to image psychology, how does this image make somebody feel about you, about your brand, about your products? How does it make them feel about themselves? There's a feeling in everything. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. You've heard that quote? Well, pictures on Instagram are worth $1,000. And your image psychology, when it comes to what your picture means and how it represents your brand and your post and how it's congruent with that, is absolutely huge. I'm going to get deeper into image psychology in a second, but be aware that you matter. Your story matters, your picture matters, your content and your marketing really does matter. And I'm telling you this, every single thing you put on Instagram, everything you do on Facebook, it doesn't matter what you do, everything you put on the internet represents you as a brand. And it's important to realize that, help you shift your awareness a little bit. Here's the perfect picture awareness challenge. Go on Instagram.com/NatGeo, NATGEO, National Geographic. Go to their profile, which I've actually sat down and studied their images. Okay, study their framing, study their angles, their positioning, their focal points. Then choose a photograph on their Instagram page and model it to the best of your own ability in your own environment. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but attempt to recreate the feel of the photo by modeling the positioning, the angle, and the framing. So if they have a really cool picture of maybe somebody outside, maybe a nice little portrait of somebody, go out and model that with the same lighting, the same angle. If they have a picture of a steaming hot cup of coffee on a nice oak table with a book in the background, maybe somebody reading, just a really cool shot, go recreate that in your own house and really focus on how they did that. What's, the lighting, the angle, the positioning. It's going to help you guys step into the mind of a professional photographer. And this practice alone, I promise you, will immediately increase your image potential. It's going to help you think like a professional. Huge. This is probably one of the most important challenges you guys can do in this training. So make sure to do that. Number 3, do not rush a shot. Don't rush a shot. Take multiple shots to ensure quality and to allow more options in the editing process. I want you to ask yourself, does the cover of People magazine take one picture for their cover photo? They show up with a crew and say, got it, hit the showers. It's not how it works. So when I'm with my friends, internet marketers, and we're with business and we're taking group shots, we take a bunch. We take a lot. And it's normal to us because we understand we want more options and we want quality. So here's a picture of what I did here. This is outside. I had a lot of different people. We were taking a bunch of pictures for the final product right there. So make sure you do that. Perfect picture photo shoot challenge. Practice by taking like a cool selfie or a picture of like your favorite stack of books, or maybe a loved one, you and your mom or your girlfriend or your wife or whatever, or anything that you want to showcase for your brand. And take at least 10 pictures of the same object. And not only the same picture, but I wanted to have all different multiple angles, focal points, zoom in, zoom out, raise the camera up, raise the camera down, adjust the things. If you're taking a picture of a book next to a cup of coffee, adjust it, switch it up, go left, go right, go tilted, not tilted. This is going to train your photographic eye to expand on a lot of different possibilities. One little hack I do is, instead of just taking a picture like this, like everybody does, I sometimes tend to tilt my camera just a tad, and it adds a little bit of tells people, it makes the picture look different. Little things like that. And, I go crazy. I took a picture last night of my little nightstand next to my bed. I just added a bunch of plants and stuff like that. And I went crazy. I took so many pictures. And I ended up, I was going to show you guys, but screw that. I took a bunch of pictures, so go crazy with your pictures. Take a bunch. Don't worry about feeling like a tourist in Disneyland out of the country. Go for it. Go wild. This is your future. This is your business. Take it seriously, and go for it. Don't care what people think if you guys are in public, by the way, too. Some of my best pictures came out in public when I was going crazy on a photo. So, all right, number 4, find the light. Find the light. Always look for the right lighting angle before you take a picture. Make sure the source of light is facing your direction instead of on your back. This is like photography 101. It really, really, absolutely, unequivocally makes or breaks an image. Lighting is the #1 important factor when it comes to making it happen. Natural lighting always provides more quality. Always. This is a picture of me and my dad on the canal. Our first picture, we were actually facing on a different angle. The sun was behind our back, so our faces were blacked out. I actually turned around. We took this shot and people loved it. It's got actually a lot of engagement on my Instagram post. So always find the lighting. The challenge for this is take a selfie with a source of light behind you. Now turn around and snap the picture with the source of light facing in front of you, and notice the two pictures side by side. Lighting is absolutely critical. Play with the lighting though, because it doesn't have to always be in front of you. It depends on the kind of feel you want for your image. You can have like a really cool silhouette shot that sometimes looks cool. However, do be aware that lighting is absolutely critical, and it can really impact the quality and the resolution of a photo. The when I see people struggle with lighting, oh man, I want to just help them out, because it really does make or break an image. All my lowest performing pictures had the lowest quality lighting. It's like across the board proven that lighting really does impact a shot. So #5, don't use default filters. Spend 5 seconds on every single custom filter and adjust accordingly one by one. This will increase your photographic editing skills fast and immediately separate you from everybody else using stock default filters. I don't use stock default filters. I want my own style, I want my own editing, post-editing touch to kind of shine. That's why a lot of people look at my profile and they ask, like, why are your pictures so unique? It's because one of the reasons is because I don't use default filters. I don't get lazy when it comes to editing. I really take it seriously, actually. I go through every single editing filter on Instagram and I edit. Let's see if I can pull it up. Really. So this is, I go through here and I go through every single filter and I edit it. I go through brightness, contrast, structure, warmth, saturation, highlight, shadows, tilt shift, sharpen, the whole deal. And when you're editing, when you're going through each one, ask yourself, does this adjustment make the photo look better or worse? You don't have to use it if it doesn't make it look better. I'm only making it look better. That's the only thing I want. I don't want to have to use every filter. Just go with the flow. Ask yourself, does this look cool? My high impact filters that are really important when I'm editing are contrast, saturation, tilt shift, highlights, and shadows. Those without a doubt will be used on every single photo I've ever published, and I really spend a lot of time making sure that tweaking is really on point. Those are the 5 filters that I spend the most time on when I'm editing. Be careful though, do not over edit. Don't over edit. You don't want your picture to look completely saturated in colors. You don't want, you want to just have a nice chill shot that makes it look professional. I'm almost like tricking people into thinking I'm using like a professional camera when I'm not. I'm using everything I do on my Instagram is from my phone. So I figured out ways to really tweak and make my pictures pop. And this took practice. So this is one of those things where it takes practice. Here's a few of my edited shots. You can see the tilt shift, see the little bit of a blur on the outside here, guys. I always have the tilt shift on. High focus on this inside, the colors, the saturation. Just go crazy with it, guys. This is going to take practice, but this is one of the hacks that I use. I do not use default filters. So here's the edit it challenge. Take a cool picture, pick a filter, save the image. Then, using the original pick this time. So take a picture, use a default filter on it, and then save it, right? Then, using the same original pick, spend 5 to 10 seconds, however long, and go through every filter, dragging the settings left and right until you found the perfect balance for each filter. Then hold the 2 final edits up, the default filter edit and your custom filter edit. And do you see more refinement? Do you see a little bit more style? Do you see a little bit more personal touch? That's what's going to make the difference. That's what's going to separate you from everybody else using default filters. That's going to help you stand out as a leader, as an authority on Instagram. So go ahead and do that, guys. Eliminate negative space. This is huge. Everything in your picture matters, including what's in the background. Be aware and make sure to crop your image to keep the viewers focused on the subject. People notice everything. There's so many times where I see people taking a picture of like him and his girlfriend, him and their girl or him and their boy or whatever, and saying, hey, we're really excited for the week. We're going to do this. We're going to be productive. And then behind them is like a trashed room with laundry on the floor and like dirty plates on the table. That's one of those things. It's an image psychology thing. That's negative space. It's you don't need that in your image. You can actually they probably should have cropped that. So here's a perfect example. Negative space. It's space that doesn't necessarily need to be there. That's what I learned in photography. So I cropped the image. I cut it off right at that. I didn't need the big sky. If it was a nice crystal clear day, I might have kept it. But the sky's kind of whatever. The background kind of sucks. So I cropped it. And I used the crop tool and the angle tool inside of Instagram to really draw that football up. You guys got to go crazy with the angle tool. There's really cool ways that you guys can adjust your image. Let's see here. For example, see this image tool? How it's dragging the image left and right. So I'm telling you guys, this is a little hack I've used. Not a lot of people use the angle tool. Get in there, use the angle tool, use the crop tool, eliminate negative space. You always crop an image. Don't leave it stock. I never usually leave an image stock. I always go through and cut out what's not important because everything's noticed, everything matters, and it's really important to keep people's focus on the subject. You don't want anything in the background to throw people off and skip out of there. So find a picture on your phone with lots of negative space, or just take a new one, then dump it into your Instagram and focus on eliminating all the negative space by cropping the image and adjusting the angles. Once completed, does your image feel a little bit more purposeful and focused around the subject? These are little hacks, little practices, little exercises. They're going to help you take better pictures in the long run, and your editing is, at the end of the day, over the next few weeks or months and years, this is a skill you learn for over a long time. Your post editing is actually going to shrink and the amount of time required, because you actually get so much better at just taking pictures that don't necessarily need to be cropped as much. So this is just an awareness thing. This is something that's going to develop over time. So go crazy with it. Number 7, don't hide behind stock photos. This is so big. I can spend probably another 20 minutes talking about this because so many people are hiding behind stock photos and memes and inspirational quotes. So Instagram, guys, I'm going to drill this in hard, is a very human-centric and authenticity-based platform. People want to know who you are. They want to know what you stand for, especially in business, especially if we're trading money for value. And don't abuse inspirational quotes or memes, because people won't be able to connect with you as an individual. People really love and respect original creativity. So make sure you're taking pictures that you've done, that you've created. If you want to absolutely use stock photos, I say try to use 2 out of 10 if you want to use, because they do get likes and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's hard for people to connect with who you are and what you stand for. So take selfies, guys. Go crazy. Take pictures of your family and friends. Share your environment. If you're gonna do a meme, I highly recommend you do a meme over your original picture, which is like tenfold of results. It's like you get the best of both worlds. You get the meme, which everybody loves, and then you get your face, which is necessary for transactions and business. So go crazy with memes on your own photos, guys. I've got a lot of results from that. So perfect picture, show your face challenges. Start by taking a selfie, or a friend or family group shot, and tell a little story of a past experience and what you learned in life. Share your face. Show your face. Share your value. Share your world. And let people know who you are. This is my challenge to you. It's the Show Your Face Challenge. If you want to make money on Instagram, if you want to create results, if you want to get a lot of leads, if you want to create sales, learning how to put yourself out there is going to be one of the best assets, one of the best skill sets you can develop as a marketer. And authenticity is the new currency in 2015, just like I say in that picture there. So a few bonus tips, guys, and then we're going to wrap this up. Bonus tip for favorite apps on Instagram. My favorite apps integrated with Instagram are PicLab. That's what I use for white border shots, like this one right here. I used PicLab for this. adds a nice white border, actually makes the colors pop pretty nice too. And I also use that for text as well. So I used PicLab to create this text right here. You can get there's a free version, and I think there's a $1.99 version that I use that unlocks a lot more text and options. Layout is my newest app that I just purchased, or it's free, and it's an Instagram owned app, really high quality, and that's great for creating collages, like multiple pictures in one shot. Really, really quality. Square Ready Photo. This one is for videos, guys. This is what I use to crop my videos for Instagram. It's a great app, super high quality. If you want to take like a little snippet of a video that you have on your phone, this is the one I use. And Notes, big time. Notes is huge, guys. This is where I actually store all of my all of my hashtags and stuff. And I know we were going to focus on just imagery here, but Notes is great. This is where I store all my hashtags, and it's where I store my first draft post. So I never go to Instagram to write a post. I always write it in Notes, then I copy and paste it and put it in Instagram. And I'm going to answer a few questions, and then we're done, guys. Thank you for joining me. So the first question is from Tim Alwell. And by the way, guys, if you're watching this video, I have a private Facebook group that I have rallied around students and clients and customers and business partners, where we're all in that group sharing results, asking questions about Instagram. I go in there every week and help answer questions personally. So it's almost like your own little personal coaching group when it comes to Instagram. If you want to learn more on how to get into there and receive a bunch more free training, go to FromPicturesToProfits.com, FromPicturesToProfits.com. I'll show you a bunch of stuff in there. That's how you get involved working with me personally. So Tim Alwell asked, I want to know how to be prepared to take awesome impromptu Instagram photos. Like just going about your day, walking to work, walking to the gym. You get inspiration to take a cool pic, but you don't always have a friend to take a pic for you, and you don't always have a selfie stick to stretch the shot and create distance. What then? That's one of his issues. Tim, one of the best things that that helped me and that can help you as well is, I believe one of the biggest things is getting really good at taking pictures of your environment, getting really good at taking pictures of a lot of different things, not just yourself, but take pictures of your surroundings. So for example, at the gym, how cool would it be just to take a picture of like you at the gym, but just your hand over a barbell with white knuckles, like gripping the barbell with a nice focal point right on the barbell, and just take and have a post just about lifting iron, about the progression of lifting and how it attaches to your personal development, and why that's important in your life and why that impacts you. Or when you're walking to work, take a picture of like looking down at the street with your nice pressed slacks, with your nice shoes, and like get really good at taking pictures of stuff, and like use that in your profile. That's going to help you a lot, Tim, and it's going to take the pressure off you looking good, or you having to be in the picture all the time, or you having to ask somebody to take a picture for you. This is going to help you a lot. And the second question is, Bryce, image psychology. Wants to learn image psychology. Cool picture ideas, your personal philosophy on what it takes to say, yes, I'm posting this. What's your philosophy on what makes a post Instagram worthy? Great question, Bryce. I think what makes an Instagram post worthy is that feeling in your gut. It's that feeling in your gut. Is this cool? I mean, if your picture doesn't impress you, it's not going to impress anybody. So it has to impress you. I want you guys to be excited about your pictures first. The only time I post pictures on Instagram is if I like the image, if it's cool, and if I can connect it to some personal experience or value around my product. I go crazy with pictures, Bryce. You know that. So I take pictures all throughout the day, and I have like a storehouse, a library of images that I can draw from throughout my life, and then write about that experience later down the road. So really, to answer that question, it just matters. What is your gut saying? If your gut says, this is an okay picture, is it worthy? I don't know. Probably not. I probably wouldn't post that. If you're like, damn, that's a cool picture and that's a great story that I can attach to that, game on, my friend. So love you guys for joining me today. This is the 7 do's and don'ts of the perfect picture. This training will evolve over the next few months. It will change. I will add things to it. So stay tuned for more on creating the perfect picture. I didn't want to extend this too long. I'm already at 25 minutes. So love you guys. Thank you so much, everyone, participating in this. And I can't wait to hear your stories. Let me know what you think. Ask me more questions. If you're inside the group, guys, what else could I add to this? What else do you want to learn? If you're not in the group, if you want to work with me, if you want to figure out how to get inside my Instagram training apprenticeship, go to FromPicturesToProfits.com. I have a bunch of free training over there. There's a little application process you guys can send my way. I'll invite you in and we can start working together on blowing up your Instagram to get hundreds of leads, make thousands of dollars, and multiply your engagement, expand your network, and really, launch your business and your brand to a whole new level. This is just the imagery side of it. I go deep into the perfect post engagement, the perfect conversion, the perfect point of purchase, the perfect story. So there's a lot more to it, but this is the framework. This is the framework for getting the attention of your potential buyers. And I want to just thank you again for watching. So take care, guys. Go out there and go crazy. Follow these perfect picture challenges right now. Just stop this video, go through these challenges again, do every single one, and watch your picture start to evolve into something powerful and something compelling like never before. So thanks again, guys. We'll see you on Instagram and all over the internet. Peace. Take care.